Mike Mitchell has his mid-season All-USFL team. We'll see if you agree with him. So the USFL regular season has reached its midway point, and 20 games have been played in 5 weeks. As a result, the new leagues and its 8 teams have started rounding into shape. Birmingham Stallions Generals are, of course, the top of the leaderboard. So here is the USFL's 2022 mid-season all-league team by our man, Mike Mitchell. He's got quarterback Kyle Slaughter. New Orleans Breakers have no problem with that one. First in passing, first in touchdowns, played really well. Honorable mentions, Jamar Smith, Stallions, DeAndre Johnson, New Jersey Generals, Jordan Tamu, Tampa Bay Bandits. Totally agree with that. Running back Mark Thompson, Houston Gamblers. Always pick him in my DFS. First in rushing yards. Honorable mentions, Darius Victor, Jordan Ellis, the Breakers, CJ Marbell, Birmingham Stallions, and Reggie Corbin of the Michigan Panthers. At wide receiver, he's got first Victor Bolden Jr., the Birmingham Stallions, Jonathan Adams, New Orleans Breakers, Trey Walker, Pittsburgh Maulers, Isaiah Zuber of the Houston Gamblers, and Bailey Gaither of the Pittsburgh Maulers. They round up other guys. He's got Johnny Dixon, New Orleans Breakers, Cavante Turpin, and New Jersey Generals, Derek Dillon of Tampa Bay Bandits. At tight end, Sal Cannella is your number one guy at tight end. Other honorable mentions, Cheney O'Grady of the Tampa Bay Bandits. I agree with there. Offensive lineman, he's got center Jordan McCray, Birmingham Stallions. Guards, Evan Heem, New Jersey Generals. Cameron Hunt of the Birmingham Stallions. Terry Poole of the Generals, and Paul Adam of New Orleans Breakers. Offensive line, other honorable mentions, Tajin Coman, Michigan Panthers, Marquez Tucker, Birmingham Stallions, Avery Genesee, former XFL guy, Houston Gamblers, Blake Camper, Philadelphia Stars, Damian Mama, Tampa Bay Bandits, Calvin Ashley of the New Jersey Generals. Special teams kicker Nick Vogel, Houston Gamblers. He's been the top guy. Honorable mention, Brandon Aubrey. We talked about for the Birmingham Stallions. We talked about him, the former soccer player turned kicker for the first time ever. Punter, Brandon Wright, Tampa Bay Bandits, first in punting average, 47.8. Dropped some bombs on that punting leg. Matt White, New Orleans Breakers get an honorable mention. Kick returner, Maurice Alexander, the Philadelphia Stars, honorable mention, Victor Bolden Jr., Birmingham Stallions. Long snapper, Ryan Lanigan, Birmingham Stallions. There you go. There. Don't hate on the long snappers. Other guys on the defense, on the edge. Who's he got? Chris Odom, Houston Gamblers, David Bellamy, New Orleans Breakers, and DeAndre Tillman, Birmingham Stallions. Other honorable mentions, Carlo Kemp of the Panthers, Adam Rodriguez, Stars, Greg Reeves of the Tampa Bay Bandits. Defensive tackle, the guys in the middle, Toby Johnson of the Generals, Dalen Mack, Bandits, and Jaquan Bailey of the Panthers. Other honorable mentions is Shakir Soto, the Breakers, Freedom Akinmalundin of the Stars, Boogie Roberts of the Pittsburgh Maulers. He's been focused a lot on the United by Football program, which is fun to watch. On the linebacker side, some of my favorite players in the league, Demarcus Gates, Birmingham Stallions, great player in the XFL. Scooby Wright, also a great player in the XFL from the Birmingham Stallions. And Donald Payne, Houston Gamblers, as the linebacking core. Chris Orr has played great this season for the Generals, Juwan Hines, Generals, Farad Fernandez, Breakers, Frank Ginda, Panthers, and Vontae Diggs. Breakers get honorable mention. At the cornerback position, Will Likely, first in passes defended of the Houston Gamblers. Channing Stribling, Philadelphia Stars. I think he played in the XFL as well, tied for first with interceptions. Josh Shaw, Birmingham Stallions, and Jameson Houston of the Michigan Panthers lead out. Honorable mentions, Devontae Busby of the Generals, Brian Allen, Stallions, Manny Patterson of the Breakers, and Keith Washington, the second of New Orleans Breakers as well. Safeties, he's got Shalom Luindi of the New Jersey Generals, Arnold Tarpley III of the Maulers, Sean Williams Jr. of the Panthers, and Micaiah Abernathy of the Houston Gamblers. Some other guys, Drayvon Askew Henry of the Generals, Anthony Coffey, Bandits, Orion Stewart of the Panthers, and Ashari Coswell of the New Orleans Breakers. His final team thoughts. Teams haven't officially released their all-star team. This is just one person's take from our man Mike Mitchell. Big fan of the league. He goes on to talk about all the different players. What do you think of Mike Mitchell's, the insider, all football insider, Mike Mitchell? What do you think of his breakdown of his midseason All-USFL team? Is there anybody missing from this list? We'd love to hear what you think in the comments.